How to use the collision marks to edit your duct in PractiCAD. Whenever PractiCAD puts a collision mark on the drawing to notate a collision, you can then click on that collision mark and go into the AutoCAD property box, and PractiCAD is going to list how far you need to raise or lower the entity you're holding in order to dodge this collision. However, there are a few things to look out for, so we wanted to put them in this tutorial. Notice currently that we have a beam, and the bottom of the beam, where my cursor is, it says that bottom is at 14 foot. You'll also notice that we've got a tag, an elevation tag for the duct, and it says that the top of the duct is at 14 foot 1 inch. In other words, the duct is only into the beam 1 inch. There's actually only a 1 inch collision. However, inside the AutoCAD property box, PractiCAD is saying that we need to drop it 3 inches. The reason there's a 2-inch difference is when PractiCAD reads numbers in the AutoCAD property box, it's actually reading the top of the entity. And we have a 2-inch flange for the TDF on this particular tutorial. So what's happening is we have to dodge not just the inch that it's into the fitting or into the beam, but PractiCAD's also adding the 2-inch for the flange. Now note that that is only represented here when it's telling you how far to lower it. The collision ball will only disappear or only appear if in fact there is a collision. So if we were to lower this duct down by just 1 inch, even though the collision mark says drop 3 inches, if we were to come over here to this transition, you can see that the top change is -1. We're going to make it -2. Just lower it 1 more inch. When we do that, you can see that the top of duct is now at 14 foot, and you can see the bottom of the beams at 14 foot. But the collision ball disappeared. So we didn't make the change it stated. PractiCAD does collision detection exact. That would mean that if in fact we were to click on this duct and then shrink it so that the TDF flange was hitting this beam, if we were to run a collision detection automatic right now, you can see that PractiCAD is going to flag it because we do actually have a collision because the flange is hitting the beam. So the marks are perfectly accurate. The only thing that might be off is if in fact it says drop down, it's actually going by the flange of the duct. So here you can see that if we were actually to click on this duct and we were to stretch it and edit it this way, you can see the collision bolt disappears automatically on its own because the flange is no longer touching. So the collision detection is precise. You just need to watch out that if you're going to use the feature that says drop down or raise, that it is going off the top or bottom of the flange. That'll conclude the tutorial on editing with the collision mark.